I'm here on Lido Beach, in Lido Beach. And why am I here? Because of Sukkos and because of the Parsha that we read on Tuesday in Simchas Torah, and with which we finish the entire Torah, the Habracha. I think it's appropriate to be here on the beach and by the water on Sukkos because B'chagni donim alamayim. On Sukkos we're judged for the water that we're going to have. The water was added to the korbanos. There was a valve in the altar in which water was placed only during the days of Sukkah, and there was a whole ritual how they drew that water, the Simchas Beis HaShoeva, and they would have a dancing all night, and then in the morning at dawn they would go and to the Shiloach, to the river near the Beis HaMikdash, gather water and pour it into the altar. And we're going to daven that there's enough rain for the year. We need rain, obviously, for our crops to grow. There's a pasuk in the parsha of Habracha. Habracha, unfortunately, doesn't get a lot of play because it's not really a parsha. It's read always on Yontif. And when it comes to Moshe blessing the tribe of Zevulun, he blesses Zevulun and Yisachar in that order, even though Yisachar is older. Yisachar's older, and Yisachar brought the first korban when it came to each day the tribal princes bringing korbanos. But both Yaakov and Moshe, when they blessed Yisachar and Zevulun, they did it together, and Zevulun went first. The famous idea that Zevulun would work, was a sea merchant, and would do business, and they would support the learning of Yisachar. And Zevulun therefore was given the honor of going first. And the pasuk tells us about Zevulun, Ki shefa yamim yinaku usfune timunei chol, that they will find, suckle the bounty that is found in the waters, usfune timunei chol, and find those things which are buried in the sand. You can see the dogs behind me looking in the sand for all kinds of buried treasure. Because people, I remember as a kid, people walk around with those metal detectors looking on the sand for metal and for all kinds of things. This dog over here found a stick, but Rashi tells us that the three things that were found and buried in the sand were, and by the water, was taris, which is defined as tuna, and chilazon, which is the sea creature that was, when you secreted its blood, it made the blue for the tcheles, for the talis, and zechuches levana, some kind of white glass that was used, that was considered to be tremendously expensive. And between the chilazon and tuna, we know what tuna costs. Zevulun was able to make a lot of money to support the Torah of Yisachar. May we all be judged beautifully for a bountiful water, and have a great harvest, have a great year of learning Torah, have a great year of business. We should have a beautiful Sukkos. We should have beautiful water. We should appreciate the water that Hashem gave us, and all that is buried underneath the surface. That's really what the holidays are about, finding what's underneath the surface. Have a Moedim L'Simcha, a beautiful Shabbos Chol HaMoed, and a beautiful Shmini Atzeres and Simchas Torah.